I want to run you through the new P75 AirMar in-hull transducer. So I run a 5-meter fiberglass boat. I've got a 15-inch Solix on the console. So what I want to do is I want to fit the P75 AirMar transducer in the vessel's hull so I get a better bottom sounding at speed. So I've received the transducer and this is how it sets up in the box. So it's the AirMar P75. Not sure if you can see all those numbers, but it comes in a box as such. It's a medium frequency transducer, which sort of features a bandwidth of between 80 and 130 kilohertz. As we open the box, what we've got in the box is, first cable off the rank is the transducer housing. So that housing is glued in your hull as a fixed mount. And then the transducer comes with more than enough cabling, and the actual transducer itself looks like so. And that transducer basically fits straight into that housing once it's glued in place and becomes a fixed mount. The cavity of the housing is filled up with antifreeze, and that allows this transducer to shoot through your fiberglass hull. Now, the cable or adapter that the in-hull P75 features is not compatible with your Solix, so you also get an adapter in the box. So that's the Solix part of the plug, and that's the AirMar part of the plug. So adapter, housing, and actual physical transducer. The final part of the puzzle is also the splitter cable. So what the splitter cable does is it allows you to put two transducers into the back of your unit. So I'll then get my 2D sonar from the AirMar in-hull transducer, but I'll still get down imaging and side imaging from my trans-mount transducer. So that's the basics of it. That's what you get in the package. Obviously the splitter cable doesn't come with it. It's a separate item. The next step is to fit all this in the hull and see if we can get it going right. Okay guys, so we've completed step 2. So step 2 was to actually fit the P75 transducer housing. So we've glued that into our hull. Basically, we've just followed the owner's guide installation instructions. They're fairly comprehensive. It's a really good step-by-step, good information. We've got the angles right. We've run all our cables through our hull, into our splitter, and into the back of the unit. We've got sonar supply at our unit. So now before we can actually do our on-water testing, we have to go down and follow step number 3. And step number 3 is to change the frequency to suit the transducer on our Solix head unit. So we've been through the installation of the transducer. Now we're going to walk you through step 3. And as we mentioned before, step 3 is to change the frequency on your Solix head unit to suit the transducer that you're using. So to do that, we actually physically need to change it from auto configure or high frequency to the medium frequency that the P75 runs. So we'll just step you through that quickly. At the moment, the sounder's on the sonar page. Obviously there's no sonar reading because we're not in the water. We go to our home page, we select settings, and then we want to get into the actual physical sonar source. So sonar source means where it's taken its signal from. So it's in the chirp sonar page. We select sonar source, and we want to be in 2D sonar. If we select down imaging, we won't get the same. So we want to be in the 2D sonar page, and then as we go across, you'll see here that 2D pinging is on high. We want to get it on medium. So we go to the 2D, we select the 2D sonar button. Immediately you'll see it's in auto configure. So when it's in auto configure, you can't physically manually change it. If we go into 2D frequency now, and we scroll down, you'll see the AirMar medium button is there, but it will not let us select it. So we need to go back. We need to get out of auto configure. So we turn auto configure off. Now when we go down to the 2D frequency page, we scroll down, we'll see AirMar medium frequency. We select that button, and now it selects it. We then get out of that. Once we're out of there, you'll see up on the top of the screen, we're at medium frequency. So that's all set. The unit's ready to go. It's now talking to the transducer at the correct frequency. Now we need to get the boat on the water and do some sea trials. And we'll show you that in step 4. So what we've done there, we've only just fitted the in-hole P75 AirMar transducer to the Solix. This is the first day on the water testing it, and I was running along at 23 knots, 22 knots, and I've run over a good showing of bait. Basically what I've done is I've dropped the cursor on the bait, on its location, and I've saved the waypoint. So what we'll do now is we'll drive back over it and see if we can find that waypoint. You can see that light's dissipated. Just scroll through, there's the GPS, there's the waypoint. See, I've got another waypoint there. There it comes. There's the waypoint that I dropped on it, and up it comes. And if you want to zoom in on that, I'll just go to the zoom screen, split screen. You can see how much bait there is. It's a massive amount of bait. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, we'll get going and see if we can find some more.